Everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Breeze and Bants. This is going to be a bit funny now because we just recorded the start of the episode and basically my mic was muted, so I fucked up. So we're going to basically go through the motions again, get back into it, take away the... because I keep laughing at myself. So this is a new episode of Breeze and Bants. Got myself, Joshy J, alongside
Jamie. Hello, Jamie B. 1, 2, 3. That's me.
That is you. I was about to say that is me then, but you know, cool. So, it's gonna be a little bit different this week. We're gonna try to do it on more of a topical matter as opposed to talking random shit. Still keep the breeze, still keep the bants. Just talking about marijuana plants. This week we're gonna be talking about marijuana. But before we get into that, how's your week been?
For the second time.
Go again.
It's been alright. Yeah, no, it's been alright. Had Tuesday off work, nice short week this week, nice short week next week, bank holiday.
Yeah, baby.
And
I'm fucking gassed about that.
It's my birthday on Wednesday, so I got birthday off as well with work.
Is your
so
birthday? I didn't even know it was your birthday. What a terrible nephew I am.
29th of May.
I thought you were going to say 29. I was like, that's how I am.
That's what I say.
Well, I'm excited for the bank holiday because basically it's my first week. It was my first week back from being on holiday this week, and honestly, I'm rough. I've been ill all week. Little man's been ill, so I'm just like, a bank holiday weekend might just settle it enough where when I go back on Tuesday, I'm going to be fresh,
fully refreshed,
chilled. Because I feel like when I went away, as much as it was a holiday, I sort of didn't get the relaxation of having like time off work.
Kids, that's the whole fun of having kids.
Yeah,
you
next
don't get
time
that.
I'm leaving him in like somewhere. Just
if you were to come over here at last Monday, fuck me, that you should have like bought the fucking some commercial guy with you for like to advert like Jorex to fucking say not to fucking have kids. Like your kid was screaming.
He was probably the best form of contraception you've ever heard in your life. He was bad. He was ill. But yeah, other than that, I've had a boring week. Work's been chill. I've been chill. Haven't been to the gym, as you can notice. This week we have got the merch, Breeze and Bants. Look at this, baby. Audio listeners, I will post on Instagram. Video watchers, boom, boom, boom. T-shirts and hoodies. So if you want one, just drop me a DM and we can sort something out. We haven't ordered in bulk, but we can just do them per order. For all the 2 people that listen to this, which is me and you, we've already got the merch. But yeah, other than that, so like I say, very different format. It's hopefully going to be better. You're going to enjoy it more. We're going to keep all the information. We're going to try to keep it the same, but just topicalize it. I think that's probably going to be the...
Sit down, kids. Get ready for class.
Yeah,
we're about
baby.
to go into a history lesson, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So this week we're talking about the Mary Jane, the marijuana, the devil's weed, the fucking
G13,
Mac 11, AK-47,
Sticky B. Oh my gosh, do you love me? Whatever it's fucking called.
the cancer curer, the fucking everything, the Mary Jane, the marijuana, the weed.
Yeah.
So, what do you know? What do you know? Before doing your research, right? Before you've done any research, what did you know about this drug?
What did I know about it?
Yeah.
It got you very hungry.
Right, okay.
The munchies, as we call it.
I thought you were going to say it got me born.
This podcast is brought to you by Babby Jeans.
Allegedly.
No, not well. Just like obviously fucking getting stoned, like
yeah, getting blazed.
Can't see, like, red eye Jedi and all that fucking good
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me,
the thing is because I've never really been into smoking or anything like that, so. To me, it's like all my mates and that were doing it when I was younger, but for me, like I've not been into. I've just been into crack and I'm joking, not crack.
Okay, have you ever done it?
I tried it like once, but like just a quick puff, and it's probably done fuck all. But all my mates used to say, because when they used to do all the cool shit stuff like hot boxing and fucking
you'd get like second-hand high, bro, doing the waterfalls, fucking doing the shorties mush, second-hand high. Well, obviously I used to do it a little bit. I just thought it was basically something. I always white-eyed. Like, you go pale white and just throw up. I don't know why. Every time I've done it, pretty much most of the times I've done it, I'll be sick. It's true what they say. Grass and beer, you're in the clear. Beer and grass, you're on your ass. Because honestly, if you drink and then smoke, you're fucking gone. Like, you're a mess. Like, ill.
Oh, what,
but
puking?
but if you smoke then drink, you tend to be alright. It's weird.
What's the philosophy around that?
I have no idea. It must be the chemical mixture. Like, what's going in there first. But yeah, then obviously I've listened to a few podcasts on like the history and shit, and it's actually crazy. So like, if you sort of think about where it's come from, why it's illegal, which we'll get into, is actually like a massively like controversial topic.
Yeah.
Because of there's like some sort of conspiracy of why they banned it, that sort of thing, which is weird. It's weird, but it's so obvious as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, it's to do with money. And shock, it's to do with money. You know, every government wants something to do with money. I will say the last time I got blazed up was a Jamaican bacon. No, I was doing it for some pussy. Can't lie.
Oh, what?
I met some bird a few times, and she used to smoke weed, and so she'd be like, "Oh, do you want to go for a drive?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'll bring a smoke." I was like, "All right, cool." So, like, the first few times, like, because it was like a thing, it was just like over a month or two, it's just a thing, but like, I wasn't smoking it, and then she was like saying how much better sex is when you're stoned, and I was like,
right.
Sex is good. How much better can it get? You know? So I like did that. It makes a difference.
Does it?
Yeah, because I think when you're high, it's like your senses are heightened.
Okay.
So like obviously when I went to Amsterdam as well, I did like the hash fucking brownies.
Yeah.
And I ate like you're only meant to do like half, and I ate two. I was fucking walking around Amsterdam. I shit you not, hands in pocket. I was so scared, like paranoia hit in, because Amsterdam's quite a sketchy place in general.
Right.
There's like loads of like gangs, and obviously it's like the weed capital, so like everyone goes there to smoke weed, and it's quite booky. But like I went to this pizza place, and I couldn't read the menu. So I had to go back. I asked for water and left. Before they gave me the water, I walked out, went back to the hotel, rang my dad. I was like, "Dad, what do I do?"
Is this normal?
He was like, "You're fucked."
Son, this is perfectly fucking normal. Let me tell you a story about when I was that age.
Was the attic rattling? So I decided to wash it down with some mushroom truffles.
And Rohypnol.
I was literally walking around Amsterdam, I shit you not, like my hands in my armpits, like I didn't want to touch anything, shaking, like on edge. I was literally like, what? I look like a crackhead.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, that was the worst experience I've had.
I haven't really had any like I said, I hadn't done it, so I haven't had anything like that.
Yeah. I think obviously the most common way of doing it is smoking it, right?
Yeah.
Now you can vape it, dab it, pipe eat it,
yeah.
lollipops, sweets, like
Plug
there's logs. I do log nuts.
No, plug it.
Oh, plug. Oh, pop your bum. I thought you said lug.
No, plug.
That's hilarious. So anyway, marijuana, also known as cannabis, is a massive history. So it goes back like thousands of years. Obviously the usage is...
Do you know when it was discovered?
I do you?
Yeah, I did find that.
Tell me.
I want to say the earliest known reference to cannabis is in the... I want to say, I don't know if I'm saying this right.
Go on.
The Assyrian tablets of the 7th century before Christ. It has been in use for at least 2,600 years. Like very many other herbs, it has been used medically for a wide variety of ailments, especially for Asia and the Middle East.
I can tell you it was discovered earlier.
I
can tell you.
We're already on a conspiracy right now.
No. So, ancient civilizations such as the Chinese, Egyptians, and Indians used marijuana for medical purposes. In China, it was used as early as 2737 before Christ, 2737 BC. Right?
And I got 7th century.
7th, is that 7,000? It was century.
I don't know. Yeah, 7,000.
Oh, maybe. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm wrong. Go on then. What was it? I'm wrong, guys.
No. I don't know. Like that's what it says. 7th century.
Alright, cool. So what?
Before Christ.
Okay.
So it's been in use for 2,600 years, unless.
So this would have been like made at 5,000 though, 2,737 BC, plus the 2,000 years we're on. That's like 4,000.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, by Emperor Shen Neng for its healing purposes. The ancient Egyptians used it as a remedy for various ailments, and in India it was considered a sacred plant and used in religious ceremonies. So Indians that basically worshipped it. It became more widely known in the Western world in the 19th century when it was introduced for medical use. It wasn't until the early 20th century that various countries started to regulate and criminalize it due to concerns about its psychoactive effects. So obviously, like in the 60s and 70s, it was like put to like counterculture, wasn't it? Like all the hippies and all that sort of thing, where they were like trying to make them look bad. So it was like, oh, what can we push them on? Marijuana, all that sort of shit. So that's where they were using it against the people, which is kind of crazy. And then that's where basically the debates for its legalization started a lot. So that's sort of like history in it in a sense. Obviously now you can use it for like medicinal purposes. It's legal in like so many places.
Yeah.
Like, not here, obviously, but it's legal in a lot of places, which is crazy.
And people like are still in prison as well. Like
yeah, so
that's fucked up. So like, where they've legalized it in America now.
Yeah, they're still in prison.
And they're still in prison for
that's
something
fucking crazy.
Which is mental.
If you get like, this is true as well in America and some places, or some place in the world, you can go and, I hate to say it, you can sexually assault, rape a woman, go into prison, be out in however many years, you get caught with a fucking gram on you, that's life. What the fuck?
Was that in America?
In some places, yeah.
Fucking nuts.
So you will get like, drugs is like, they give you like maximum sentence for a fucking gram of weed.
Actually, speaking of maximum sentence, do you know what the maximum sentence is being given for weed?
Where? In the UK or?
Well, I just researched worldwide. Prestige, worldwide. Wide.
Boats and hoes. No, go on. Boats and hoes.
So this guy called Delissi was sentenced to 90 years for marijuana trafficking. It's trafficking, yeah. So marijuana trafficking in 1989 at the age of 40. Even though the typical sentence was only 12 to 17 years, he believes he was targeted with a lengthy sentence because the judge mistakenly thought he was part of an organised crime because he was an Italian from New York. So 90
mafia.
years.
Mr. Drug Dealer. Yeah, it's crazy. They give out stupid fucking sentences for it. I think it's stupid. Like would you say you're pro legalize or pro keep it illegal?
I'd say legalize the fuck out of it.
Legalize that shit. The government can make so much money as well. It solves money problems. Like in certain places where they've legalized it, it's the actual amount of under 18 people smoking it has gone down by 30%.
And I guess the crime rate has as well.
Yeah, well, you think if you're getting it from like a head shop or like a shop, right, a dispensary, it's like alcohol, right? How often do you see kids nowadays, like I used to, wait outside the shop, wait for someone who looked old enough and be like, oh, can you buy me a crate?
Yeah. Crate?
Yeah, fucking right.
Crate. Have you not heard of fucking Frosty Jacks? Classic
£3 cider.
White Lightning, Frosty Jacks. You are not beating that. For fucking £3. You are not beating that.
Nah, we was chipping for a crate, or one of my mates would allegedly just walk in and walk out with it and we'd just bolt. But like the difference is, like, if you do that, you're gonna get arrested, but you're probably gonna get a slap on the wrist, or not a lot of time, right? But if you're in America and you go into a dispensary for someone and buy weed for them, you're fucked. Like, you're fucked. Do you know what I mean? So it's a massive sentence. So the people underage, because there's not going to need to be as many dealers on the streets, because people can go buy it from the dispensaries, right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to be able to go on the streets and get it.
True.
You know, so that's sort of the way I look at it. But yeah, I'm pro legalize it for sure. Because obviously, do you know what the two strains are?
No.
Right, so you've got an indica and a sativa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so basically, when I was researching it earlier, I was thinking of indica and a sativa, a bit like the TV show Baby Reindeer. Hear me out here. One of them is a short, stumpy, fat plant,
Right.
like the lady.
Yeah.
Bless her. And one of them is tall, lanky, and skinny, like the man. Bless him. I don't know who I feel sorry for. On a side note, did you see the Piers Morgan thing where he interviewed her?
I haven't watched it all, but
She seems like such a liar, man.
I know.
She is guilty as sin, honestly. Yeah. She could have done with smoking up before she went in there and relaxed a little bit. Red-eyed Jedi in that bitch. Like, Piers, no, it didn't happen, bruv. She's in there like, well, yeah, I didn't send him 40,000 emails. Yeah, it couldn't have been me. He's made them up. But it's come from your email address. No. No. All right, girl, cool. She's like taking him to court and everything.
What?
Netflix and him. She's trying to take them all to court. She will get laughed out.
Sure,
fucking Martha, idiot. The fucking... Is that her name? Martha? Anyway, so Indica is the shorter and the bushier one. So that's like the Martha. All right, Indica's Martha.
Yeah. Is that like what you're saying about like buds, and is that like that?
So the plant itself is just a lot shorter and fatter.
Right.
The actual plant. Okay. So the indica are basically known for their relaxing and sedating effects. They're often used for like, so these are the ones that are used for like people who are anxious, can't sleep, all that sort of thing. That's the one, mellow you out, chill you out. So that's the opposite to what Joe Rogan likes. Right. So that's the sort of thing. They come in all the different flavors. They all do. And then you've got the sativa, which is a tall, narrow, skinny plant. And that's the one which is mind altering. That's the one where if you can get strains that are literally a bit like DMT. They'll put you in another realm. Like they'll fucking, you'll start seeing shit. It slows down your mind so you process faster. So you think better, but maybe a little bit slower.
Sort of like a Max Payne, like.
You said fucking Matrix. Neo and Yellow. Yeah. The whole of the Matrix series is actually based off Neo smoking blunts. Just getting fucked up. So they're the two strains. Obviously, they've got like the hybrids and stuff. That's where you get like your OG Kush, your fucking blue cheese, sticky lemon, sticky blueberry. You got everything. Ain't in a muffin. So yeah, you get like AK-47, all these hybrids, and the hybrids are the mixture of the two because they've got it to a science.
How the fuck are they making these hybrids? That's what.
So they're planting the plants, and they're like genetically like Monsanto.
Oh right.
They're modifying the plants, and they're making these, which is fucking nuts. So they.
Because isn't it like something about the male and the female seed? Like only one of them gives out the buds.
Yeah.
Is it the female that gives?
The female gives out the buds, and the males are. I think they're fucking pointless. They're only used for plant, or vice versa. Yeah. It's one way or the other, but yeah. So that's sort of like what the two strains are. Then you've got like I say, the hybrids. So with the hybrids, you can go basically into like a fucking head shop, and you can be like, right, this is how I feel. I want it to fix me. And that's where the hybrids come into play. They'll be like, right, we'll have a percentage of this, percentage of CBD, percentage of THC, all that sort of shit. So that's sort of like a brief knowledge on marijuana.
Fair. Do you know what's going through my head right now?
Go on.
Like when this episode comes out, like your dad's gonna be like, watch it. I'm so fucking proud of my son.
Allegedly,
yeah. I'm so proud of. Okay, come and watch this. I'm so proud of him.
When I got my parents after it's been released, they're gonna be like, I'm walking for a guard of honour. They're like clapping outside the whole of the street. They're like, welcome home, welcome to the council estate.
Here's 3.5. Plug it.
Did you know, Josh? Did you know that if it snows, right, and you're going down the street and that house has got no snow on the roof, they're growing. They're growing in the attic. Did you know that?
Oh dear.
It's funny though because it's actually true. Like, that's what police look for.
That's what it was. Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, I'm gonna like when I get a house, I'm gonna put like loads of like fucking radiators in the roof just for the banter. And just get raided. It's like fucking so stupid that it's still illegal though. It's nuts. Like especially when you've got alcohol illegal.
Yeah,
that is legal.
Yeah,
like that's nuts. They've got alcohol that's illegal. All the pharmaceutical drugs, the fucking COVID vaccine. We're probably not allowed to put this on YouTube now. All that sort of stuff is like illegal, and it's like no, is legal. And then you've got a natural plant that I believed helped mum fucking allegedly get rid of cancer. I believe it helped her beat that shit, or at least eased it when she had it, you know.
Yeah.
And like look how ill she is as a woman. Probably down to the weed. No. But, like, she gets for everything. There's so many cases. Go on. You're about to say.
Your mum also has 110,000 lives.
Yeah, she's better than a cat.
Better than a cat.
Yeah, but you know, there's so many stories online, like Parkinson's, all these like people with epilepsy, and fucking give them CBD oil, and they're fine.
Do you reckon it'll ever get legalized in this country?
Well, you can get CBD oil now. It's the THC, isn't it? The basically the part of it that gets you fucking stoned, right? Is illegal. So you can go to the doctors. Illegal, yeah. So you can go to the doctors. You can get CBD oil. You can get that. You can buy it in a shop. But it's like, I suppose it's quite of like a smoky area because I don't know, like, because if you get caught with a gram on you, I believe, or like a joint, they'll just throw it away and you're good.
Right.
But it's I think now they're pretty lax on it. Whereas if you get caught with the intent to supply, that's when you're fucked. So don't drug deal. Just smoke weed, get high, smoke weed every day. So yeah, I think that's sort of it. Anyway, have you got any funny stories or facts about?
I see. This is like some little bits I got here. So recent research estimated that approximately 3 in 10 people who use cannabis have cannabis use disorder. So basically, they're abusers. That's what it says to me.
Cannabis use disorder. Oh, what, they're just using it too much, like an alcoholic, but a fucking weed at a pothead.
Yeah, pretty shit, but these are just things that I noted down.
Yeah, but what I would say is, with that, is like, if me and a mate, me and Lena go to a pub, yeah, and we all get battered. At one point, over a girl, you get rowdy. Pretty much every night you go out, right? If you go out on a night out and you try pull a bird, someone gets rowdy. If you're going to a fucking weed cafe, or if you go to a nightclub but you're all just high, that shit ain't gonna happen. You don't get the aggravation. You're mellowed, you're chilled. Marijuana puts so many cultures together. Like, I sound like I'm a fucking stoner, but I don't even smoke it or eat it or anything. But it puts so many people together. Like, if you put 10 different ethnicities in a room and give them fucking bottles of vodka, whatever, guaranteed there's going to be one racial slur or a fight. If you could put 10 ethnicities in a room and give them fucking 10 grams of weed, you're going to walk in there 10 hours later, they're either going to be singing Bob Marley or watching a film or asleep. Or, if depending on the strain, they could have created a rocket. I don't know. You know, that's sort of, weed abuse is weed abuse. You know? Like, what are you going to do? Sit there on your sofa?
Another one was, long-term or frequent cannabis use has been linked to increased risk of psychosis or schizophrenia in some users.
It has. It has. But guess what the cure for that is? Marijuana. This is the thing. In the States, medicinally, for like stuff like that, they're prescribing weed. Because it works. If you've got it before smoking it, that's what heals it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you ask yourself, has anyone ever died from directly just from smoking weed?
I don't think anyone has. No one's
ever died. There's not been one case of anyone dying from the marijuana itself. They've died from drug deals or like gang stuff related, or when they're stoned, they've done something stupid, like driving stoned. But that's why you don't drive drunk. But you would need to consume 1,500 pounds lbs of marijuana in 15 minutes to die from it.
Fucking hell.
1,500 pounds. It's impossible. It's theoretically possible, but physically impossible to die from marijuana itself. Imagine that. So, like, all these misconceptions, like, some of the misconceptions are crazy. So, the first one is, it's a gateway drug. When, statistically, it's proven that it's an exit drug. So it's all the argument was, start smoking weed, you'll end up doing heroin, right? Statistically, more people leave other drugs through coping mechanisms of smoking marijuana. Right? So it's like all these misconceptions. Another one, it's addictiveness. There's no scientific proof that marijuana is addictive.
So I don't agree. Obviously you've done your research in that, but I think in a way there's got to be some sort of addictiveness to it.
I think you get more addicted to the feeling then the actual...
But then that could also...
Yeah, I suppose it's the same for anything, so that could be wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't prove it like that, you know? And then obviously you've got, like, the fact that people believe it's harmful to your health. Like,
it's one of them. Some ways it can be, some ways it, like...
And I think it all comes down to how you do it as well, because if you're smoking joints...
Yeah.
You've got tobacco in there,
which is...
paper, all this sort of stuff. It's also smoke. It is smoke going into your lungs. It's going to affect your teeth. It's going to affect your lungs. But that's to be expected.
Uh-huh.
When people say it does this, it does that, they're going out there and being like, yeah, it makes you schizophrenic. Oh, you get cancer, all this shit. No, you don't. Like, I get, like, the actual health risks. Like I said, your lungs, your teeth, all that sort of stuff. But the worst thing you ever get from it really is gag mouth, cotton mouth. No saliva, just dry as fuck. Yeah, like Gandhi's flip-flopping that bitch. So, you know, it's just funny how people, like, think about it. Like, you know, another one, the lack of it. People believe it has a lack of medical benefits. It's proven across the fucking world. Like, this is all people that have been told shit about it.
But then they're only telling you what they want you to see, sort of thing. That's what I mean.
It's your standard fucking, what do they call it?
What?
When they put stuff in the news which is fake. Not fake news. No. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There's a word for it, isn't there? Not scaremongering, but but it is basically scaremongering, though, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's giving you a fear of something.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't need.
Yeah.
And that's where the government plays their fucking part in it. And then people also believe that all marijuana is the same, which is incorrect. That one thing I do agree with is basically the impairment it can cause you. So it's like being drunk. When you're high, you can't do certain things. You do things slower. You shouldn't be able to drive. You should be able to basically smoke weed, sit inside and chill out. You shouldn't be able to do it in a public sector. You just got to chill, you know? Cafes are great, that sort of thing, but I don't know. Anyway, I've been talking for a long time. What you got? What's...
So, do you know who is the biggest marijuana company in the world?
The Joe Rogan Experience. No, I don't.
So, it's called Curaleaf Holdings is the biggest marijuana company in the world. The company is an industry leader pioneering the cultivation, production and sale of cannabis in the United States. For the fiscal year 2022, Curaleaf Holdings reportedly grew the revenue by 12% compared to the fiscal year of 2000. Am I saying that right? Fiscal?
Official? I don't know.
IFSCAL?
Right, basically, his GCSE spelt fudge.
Ease, all the way.
Ease.
Just what I got.
Just doing ease. I'm doing ease. I'm getting ease. We're all about ease.
Yeah. So yeah. And then what else have we got? Yeah, so cannabis use directly affects the parts of the brain responsible for memory, learning, attention, decision making, coordination, emotion, and reaction.
That's the hippocampus, isn't it? The hippocampus.
What the fuck?
The hippocampus. You know where hippos go to college? The hippocampus. That's the part of the brain it affects. It's called the hippocampus.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, it slows down the cognitive functions. But hippos don't go to campus, so I don't believe it. No, that it does. It does. But cannabinoids in it, they can affect that sort of thing. And that's why I say, like, it's illegal. It should be under the same rules as drinking.
Yeah.
Like,
it should be behind the shelf or behind the counter, and you get it when you want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, alcohol's so much worse.
Oh my god, I've made so many mistakes with birds when I'm drunk. Skets, all of them. I've shagged so many wrong uns just for alcohol. I fucking hate. I wouldn't have done it if I was stoned. You don't get fucking weed goggles. You get beer goggles. So yeah, I mean, listen. Some of the birds I've seen in the chapel, you look twice at when you've had fucking 7 pints. If I smoked a joint, I wouldn't. Fucking skets.
Yeah, but then you just sketch out and
you just walk in, dinosaur. Basically, the ban on marijuana in the early 20th century in the United States was influenced by various factors, including economic interest, And one of the significant players in this was William Randolph Hearst. Have you heard that name before?
I haven't.
The head of the paper industry. Paper.
Oh,
Just
okay.
paper. Like trees, paper.
Yeah.
So basically, he had significant investments in the timber industry. Now, when I read all of this, you're going to caveat it with they've made money from marijuana anyway, but I'll get to that. So basically, the hemp plant, which was used to make paper, is a stronger paper, a cheaper paper to make, and you can grow weed so fast that you can, with the hemp, you can make paper faster, quicker, and produce it more. But William Randolph Hearst had the timber paper company, so he fought against hemp. So this is where all the bad stories from weed came about. Marijuana is for quote unquote black people. If black people rape your daughter, it's marijuana. Black people break into your house, it's marijuana. He owned the newspapers.
Oh, so he was.
Pushing all of this stuff.
Propaganda. Was that the
That's
word?
the word I was looking for. Propaganda. So yeah, basically, he uses newspapers to spread negative propaganda about marijuana, associating with violence and criminality to sway public opinion against it. Now, that's basically putting it in a very light sense. Like, they were fucking racist. They were, like, all the shit they use these papers for to say about it made people turn on black people and marijuana. It was nuts. Also, the DuPont Chemical Company, which had developed synthetic fibers like nylon, also because hemp can be used for so much: string, clothing, paper. Like, if you had a hemp t-shirt on, it's stronger than what anything. It can be used for so much, not just smoking weed. And that's what they were scared of. It's so cheap and quick to produce that they were going to lose out on money. So obviously there's the social and the political reasons that it was banned, but they're the main reasons. So I basically wrote my own notes there, and this is why they made the racist play to say black people smoked marijuana and literally said it will cause them to sexually assault women and send them crazy. Because that's true. That's what they said. Which to me is like, that's just typical
Imagine
government.
That shit coming out now. Oh my god. There'd be
people get shot. People be fucked. Like, but people don't. We don't believe it now. That's the difference between now and back then.
Yeah. By then it was the paper. Now you got the fucking internet.
You've got like
crushed.
People like Joe Rogan, those conspiracy guys, all these people who, like, I know it's conspiracy shit, but a lot of it's so true. It's unreal. Like, it's like everything negative about weed is so stupid. You got red eye from weed. Da 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 da. Yeah, okay, cool. Do you know why you get red eye from marijuana?
No.
Because it slows your lowers your blood pressure when you smoke it, chills you out enough that your blood vessels actually open up a little bit more, and it's your capillaries or whatever they're called in your eyes releasing more blood.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good.
And then you see the people who use the eye drops to get rid of the red eye.
The red eye, yeah.
That's a steroid to close them up.
Ah, right.
Imagine. So like all the negative things, and you think about it, but my blood pressure should be lower. I should be chilled.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm pumping blood around my body quicker. That's amazing. Or not quicker, but there's more space for it to go. That's a good thing.
So when you do it then, does it like give you like the heart
No, it's the opposite. It chills you out so much.
But then I read earlier, like, it speeds it up as well. Or unless
I've never had palpitations from it. But this is years ago. I haven't allegedly smoked it in years. It's just, I remember just being chill and everything's funny. Yeah, you get the munchies, but it all depends on what strain you have as well, you know? It's like, excuse me, it's like saying, cool, I'm going to go fucking drink a fucking Monster, or I'm going to go have a fucking cup of tea, or a hot chocolate. You sit down at night with a hot chocolate, you're chilling out, da-da-da-da-da. You're not going to drink an energy drink because it's going to make you scat. It's just like strains. You pick what you want. You get what you choose, you know? So that. And then obviously it's like there's a massive social sort of thing about weed these days as well. Like music industry.
Yeah.
Like...
I don't know. I wish I researched this bit, but how... Like, because obviously it's like the Jamaicans and that are mainly known for like weed and all this.
I don't know if that's just down to Bob Marley.
Right. Okay.
I think it's Rastafarian culture, isn't it? I think like it's just part of Rastafarian culture to get blazed up, chill, smoke drugs, smoke weed every day. I don't know. That's gonna be my catchline now. Smoke weed every day. So but that's basically that's everything I've researched about it. Like, in a general sense, I think the government clearly always have an agenda.
Yeah, but now they've legalized it in America, and like the people that were doing it via the black market and that, they now have to pay like a massive like tax and shit because of that, and it's sort of like fuck them up in a way. But some people are still doing it because I don't know if you've seen it, Murder Mountain on Netflix. Mountain. Have you not seen that?
No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's about weed. It's about cannabis.
That's a really good synopsis.
It is. It's about
it's really good. It's about weed.
A mountain in the back end of California.
Okay.
That basically this guy gets killed, murdered, and then they try and find out his killer, and it was all because he went there to be a weed picker. It's really good.
Shit,
so yeah,
that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. It's not he died, but it's not cool as fuck.
That is so hot. It's so sexy. It's unreal. No, I just think that the government, like, they could make so much money from it. I just don't understand why they haven't legalized it. It makes no sense to me.
Be a reason, like
our government is fuck. Did you hear yesterday? You know what Rushi did?
Go on then. What did he do?
There is going to be an election on July the 4th.
Yeah.
He basically said, I'm getting up an election. Do you know why he could do that? He could only do it up until like December, because when he got elected, they basically wrote a bill sort of thing to say during this time, instead of the House of Commons being able to call for an election, only he can call for it. Fucking jammy little prick, isn't he?
Why is it jammy?
I don't know. I just think the House of Commons should be able to call for an election, right?
But I think he's going to get crushed anyway.
He will, but why should it be down to him? Like, it's never been down to them. It's always been down to the House of Commons, pretty much, unless they resign.
Right. Okay.
Like
Is this like throughout? Is this the first time that's ever happened?
I think so. Yeah, I was watching TikTok earlier, and you see how he done it when he was stood in the rain, right? There was all these fucking journalists doing interviews, and they're like, "Yeah, poor Rushi stood in the rain. He was soaked." Giving his speech, he was absolutely drenched, and I just feel so bad of him. The guy stood in the rain for 10 fucking minutes. Homelessness is rife, and like, are you fucking for real? I fucking hate it. I watched it, and I was in my car. I was livid. I actually wanted to punch something. I was like, "Is this guy for real? You rich, jumped up piece of shit." I'm sorry, but like, crying because the Prime Minister stood in the rain for 5 fucking minutes, and all the comments were, "Oh, why didn't he do it in his presentation room?"
As his missus is a billionaire and fucking only has to pay.
Fuck me. Had a little.
His missus pays like 30,000.
Did you see what they were playing in the background?
Nah.
They were playing a fucking song. Oh shit! Wait, I gotta find this out, guys. This is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying,
yeah,
like, this is fucking missus, because she's like a multi-million billion fucking whatever she is. Because she's from India or something like that. Her company's based in India.
Right.
She lives in England. There's like some way that she only has to give a contribution of 30 grand a year in tax. That's it. 30 grand.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Anyway, another thing that I found out as well was that every ex-prime minister that's ever been a prime minister, they get £115,000 expenses every year.
Yeah, don't they get like
for life?
100. They get 100 when they're prime minister. I don't know if I said it before. They get £100 a day for lunch, food allowance.
Yeah, well,
from our taxes.
Yeah, well, what's 115,000?
Yeah,
they can spend that on whatever the fuck they want and just. So expenses, like.
Anyway, he's giving this announcement outside number 10, right? 10 Downing Street. Like, we need to done in the background. The fucking someone from the Labour Party is sat there, big speaker, and is playing "Things Will Only Get Better." That song behind him, and he's there announcing there's going to be another election and stuff. I was dying. It's so funny because you can hear it in the background of the news thing and that. But speaking of the taxes, it's the same in Ireland. In Ireland, right? So Apple headquarters, they have like literally an office in Ireland, which all of their money gets filtered through, and they literally pay like under 50k a year.
Beautiful.
But all of their taxes.
Fair
Apple.
play. I'd be doing the same if I fucking could.
Fucking mugs, mate.
No, we're the mugs.
Yeah, we're the mugs.
We are the fucking mugs.
But like, how do they get it? Like, it's like a little safe haven, I guess. I don't know how they get away with it. It's fucking crazy. It's like people.
That's why we'll never know the full ins and outs, because we're educated. When we're brought up, we're educated to be a 9 till 5 person. When we go through the school system, we're brought up to be that 9 till 5
We go to
person.
school. We get lunch.
Yes, we get
We're
the lunch.
told what to do by our boss. We're looking at we're just clock watchers.
Yeah.
Our whole life, people are pushed to be clock watchers. Well, I'm going against the grain, people. Fuck these guys. I quit. Ringing up my boss. I quit. I don't. But no, it's true. You're taught to like do the job, aren't you?
Yeah.
It probably all started with like the fucking mechanical, like the industrial revolution sort of thing, when they were like, everyone was starting like the jobs in the factories and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Why did you just have a smirk? What, you better laugh at, you little cunt?
I quit, and there's me and you like doing the podcast on like the fucking Step Brothers mode. Dale, who's driving my fucking boat? You broke my boat, you fucking guns.
Did you just put your balls on my drum kit? Did you just put your balls on my drum set? Shark Week!
So off topic, yeah.
Can we go bunk beds? So much room for activities. Where he makes me eat the white dog shit. That's literally the best film.
It is.
Like, I actually, speaking of comedy films, I do really rate, like, there's certain films about, like, weed that, like, don't give it bad rap. Like, Pineapple Express. I know it, like, have you seen it?
No.
Seth Rogen.
Might have done.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. But, like, it's about, like, this drug dealer who's a lazy fucker. But, like, it turns out the government are growing weed and they get there. It's fucking funny. But, like, I think that's one thing I will say is it's not really... In a lot of films, they never really make the weed smokers out to be like, they make them out to be lazy. Like your typical, like Zach Galifianakis, most of the films he does drugs. Seth Rogen, most of the films he's a pothead, like all this.
Yeah, but he's a stoner in real life, though.
Yeah, but they make them out to be lazy stoners, but they're always the good guy. You know, they're always the funny guy, the good guy. So they don't really put it too much of a negative sense when it comes to films, which is kind of a positive, but the government don't really have too much to do with that, I guess. But no, I think it's a subject that's it's touchy, because I guarantee you some people will listen to this and they'll be like, no, it should be illegal.
Yeah,
like they'll know someone who's like a fucking smokes weed and they're like, oh, he's a loser. Yeah. I remember going to the after school sounds well bad. After college. Allegedly, we go back to my mate's shed and like everyone's just there getting like blazed. Like, don't get me wrong, I did drop out of college because I was like outside college, stoned as fuck, and I rang up the college saying I'm not coming back. Sorry, mum. And she's never heard that story before. And then I got sent to like another one and pretty much the same thing, because I went through a stage where I was like smoking it a lot, but that was, I think I would never have lasted in school or college anyway. Like, that's just me as a person. I can't do education. I don't like being told what to do too much. That's why our job's perfect for me. Yeah. Because we're sort of left our own devices. Mm-hmm. And that's where you're talking about schools teaching people to be in the 9 till 5 and all that. The internet has changed that so much where people aren't that anymore. No. That's why you get so many podcasters, YouTubers, entrepreneurs who do all this shit, and they're sort of swerving the natural norm of what people want you to be. Because I imagine you... like, grew up, right, and all you're doing is you're growing up, let's say gaming, right, you're a streamer, you're gaming, all you do is just fucking get blazed up and you play fucking Call of Duty all day, your parents are going to be like, get a fucking job,
so and then you're earning more money.
5 years, you're going to be earning more money than them.
But like the KSI story, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, just fucking, we need to get out of that cycle.
I know.
That's the problem. And like, my boy, I'm going to teach him, listen, you got to go to school, you got to learn, but make sure you're learning the right things. And outside of school, if you want to learn something... Like
my dad, Jay,
I'll try to teach
he was like worrying about he had his SATs like last week. Mm-hmm. And he was like proper getting shit up about it. I was like, mate, they mean nothing.
No, they don't.
they mean absolutely nothing. Go and do the best you can. Do you? That's all that I care about.
Just be you, man. It's like, look at us, yeah? Right? Let's be a bit open and honest about things now. You got E's, right?
Yeah.
I got B's and A's.
Yeah.
You're doing the same job as me, but for more money.
Yeah.
Like, simple. Yeah. What is it like? And that doesn't... Yeah, you've got a few years on me, so in a few years I might be at that position.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, we've pretty much had the same jobs in life.
Yeah.
Like...
Doesn't matter, like, yeah.
We fucking... I worked in a phone shop, you worked in a warehouse.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with what we trained for at school or college.
No.
Like,
just picked it up on the way.
Just picked it up, and that's it. It's not what. Sometimes it's not what you know; it's who you know. But I worked in a phone shop, but guess what? We both ended up in a warehouse, fucking mixing up fucking bath salts and fucking decanting shit into bottles, being mindless and bored out of our fucking nuts.
It was a good job at the time.
At the time, it was decent. We got paid for doing shit all basically, just sitting there monotonously, fucking pouring stuff into bottles. Like. It was depressing as fuck, but the lads there were a laugh, you know.
It was fucking quality. Good time.
The people made the job, but we did the same thing. Now we're doing the same job, but we're not defined by what we got in school, what we did at college, or anything like that.
Nothing.
You're defined by experiences, and people who do these drugs that maybe have a hallucinogenic thing to them.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I don't know.
No.
I never said I want to be this.
I wanted to do like carpentry, but I never fucking. I done the college shit and then went to go for the apprenticeship, but apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I never got the chance to do it.
I think what I wanted to do computers. So this is probably the closest thing. Like this and the streaming I do was probably the closest thing to what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into computer like game design, or play games. Because like when I was fucking 13, I was creating stupid YouTube videos, going live on the internet, all that sort of stuff. Hashtag Mr. Tech Whiz. Like doing all that shit.
You used to do them videos for me for my DJ and stuff.
Yeah. That's still on there, by the way. Bitcrypt DMB TV. Like, you know, I did that, and that's always been what I'm into. So like, this room is like what I wanted. Obviously, it could all be a bit better, which hopefully it will be. I'm pointing at that. It should be over there. Hello. I keep looking at the screen. Hopefully one day it will be, but that's what I wanted to do. But that's why our job's quite good. But it's also weird because we're so different in that aspect. Like, because you were doing carpentry, you're a bit more hands-on sort of thing, whereas I was always like,
the brains,
get me on the computer, you know. And it's sort of like, now we're doing the same thing with sort of like on a wavelength, and that's down to like podcasts and shit, because we listen to like the same podcasts and stuff, so like our knowledge is very like leveled out, which is so fucking weird. And that's not down to school. No, it all comes down to avoid that fucking shit. I can literally talk about it all day, because you see these fuckers on Facebook and Instagram, right? These podcasters, no, I'm joking. You see these people, these fucking guys. Oh yeah, just 10x it, Grant Cardone. just mentally think about it, and it'll happen. No, it fucking won't. Get up and do it, and like get out of the box. And that's where smoking weed could help. Don't do it. I'm not saying do it, but I'm saying don't be negative about the people who do it. Is where I'm getting. Because you never know what they're going to be.
Or just don't be negative at all.
Yeah, just don't be negative. Good vibes. Positive vibes, baby. Oh, yeah. That's my rant.
No rant from me.
Any pet peeves?
No, actually. No. Well, only the ones that I've mentioned before.
Have we got any listener questions this week? I will let you know. I don't think we do. I think we're a bit behind on that one. It's my fault. I keep forgetting to post. But how can we call it there?
Yeah.
So make sure you please. This is our first video.
First audio.
Video.
Oh yeah.
Our first video, not audio. I literally said it at the same time. Hi guys. This will go on YouTube tonight.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna. There's no edit needed. I'm gonna listen to the audio. It'll go on YouTube tonight. So if you do watch on YouTube, please subscribe and comment. You may think we're fucking idiots
and share, because it does help us.
Share it, like it, review it. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Reels, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like, we're on everything. We are there. I googled us the other night, right?
Yeah.
Breeze and Bants. We're on Amazon Music. I didn't even fucking know.
Are we?
We're on Amazon Music and some other website in China. being hacked. Like, they're hacking us. We're being used. We're going to be the fucking the
We're gonna be in
mole.
the red room very soon, like getting fucking hostiled up, like butcher. See me trying to fucking escape, and some fucking Chinese man comes in and fucking eats my ass.
He's like, it was never a weather balloon. Fucking yeah.
For a weather balloon.
So yeah, we're on all platforms. Like, this is our first video episode. This is our first sort of episode on the new sort of style. So it's a shorter one today, not too much shorter, but we'll get into the flow of it. So any advice, we appreciate it.
And to be fair, this is probably not my best topic because I've not really.
Yeah, it was sort of.
I mean?
We were trying to think of a topic, and I went to my parents' house, and then suddenly I just thought of marijuana. I don't know why. Allegedly, it smelt of it there. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, there may have been a spliff or two. No. But yeah, no. It just came up. Like, I just thought of it, and it's a topic that I think is controversial, and hopefully, like this, if anything, just some of the stuff we spoke about might inform someone. As stupid as it sounds, there might be a 16-year-old lad who's just smoked weed for his first time and thought he's gonna die. Like, you don't know. Or there might be a 25-year-old person who's fucking
just on a fat water and gone, yeah.
Fat fucking, yeah. He's like garried up and he's like, actually, I'll probably just do weed now. Yeah. But nah, there's so many like different things. So hopefully, if this helps someone, great. If not, if it makes you laugh, great. If not, come back next week and there'll be something different. This will be released on YouTube today, but the audio platform, it will be released on Sunday night, Monday morning. Peace, gang. Thanks for listening.
Badass.